Orange County CASA, Paoli Health and Living Community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summer Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation. Now, let's head to the action. This is Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local sports.
Paoli Rams put their 4-game winning streak on the road tonight as they've traveled north on State Road 37. They have a conference matchup with the Mitchell Blue Jackets here at Terry Cole Field. The Rams looking to solidify that second-place spot in the PLAC standings with a victory here tonight. Good evening, everybody. Dave Dedrick along with Chris Waynick. It's time now for Rams football on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play 95.3 WUME. Our pregame show being brought to you by Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time. Rams come in 5-2 on the year, but as we mentioned, have reeled off 4 straight, and they have another chance here, Chris, to make it 5 in a row against a team in Crawford, or should say in Mitchell, like Crawford, where the Rams tonight will try and spoil senior night against a team that's been struggling.
Well, it seems like Mitchell is a young team. It seems like they're a team that maybe a few years down the road they're going to be a formidable opponent, but I think this year, just with some injuries and things that have happened, they're just struggling a little bit.
This is a team like Rams have seen before, though, Chris. They want to spread it out and move that ball through the air down the field.
Yeah, and I think if they can hit a few plays early on, they might be able to do a little damage early, but I think with Paoli's experience and the fact that they have so many seniors and guys that have played so much, I think the outcome should take care of itself tonight if Paoli just takes care of what they need to take care of.
That's going to be my next point, the fact the Rams just got to do business, do what they do, and they should be all right here tonight. And of course, we'll see the Rams in that flex bone, as always, to run the football, but might be an opportunity as well for them to spread it out a little bit and work on their passing game here on the road.
Well, it'd be a good time prior to sectional, with that coming up here in a few weeks, for them to try out a few new things or maybe even just get a few things on tape that somebody has to game plan for and look at that they haven't done all year. So that'll be another area that Paoli might be able to do something tonight.
Well, you look at comparison of these two ball clubs. The Rams come in 5-2. The Jackets are 0-7. Rams are 3-1 in conference play. Mitchell 0-3. Taking a look at the team stat comparison, the Rams rush at 265 yards per game. Mitchell just over 100. Rams 62 through the air. Mitchell at 56. And the Rams come in total yards per game 327 compared to 156 for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Earlier, we had a chance to talk with head coach Zach C. in his second year here at Mitchell High School. And for the Rams, head coach Neil Dittmer will join us. And, of course, last week with that win over Crawford County, tied for the second place as most all-time wins as a head coach with Eldon Seacat in the Paoli football program. A win tonight could put him alone in second spot as the Rams look for win number 6 of the season. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Craving bold flavors and a fiesta for your taste buds? Come to El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, now open at their brand new location in Paoli at 300 East Main Street. For sizzling fajitas to cheesy enchiladas and the best Mexican food around, it's a flavor-packed party you won't want to miss. Visit us in Paoli or check out our other locations in West Baden, Orleans, Mitchell, Bedford, and now Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun. Open Monday through Thursdays and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m.
Hey, Dad, can I get a ride to Hoosier Hills Credit Union?
Bet.
What?
Don't be Delulu. You know I got that, Riz.
Ew!
We're not always hip on the new lingo, but at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, we do understand the need to teach teens about responsible spending. That's why we offer the Smart Spending Account. They'll get a free debit card, no monthly fee, and no minimum balance. Plus, there's incentives when your teen volunteers or has a job. Learn more about our Smart Spending Account at HoosierHills.com. Slay! Federally insured by NCUA.
Mitchell head football coach Zach C. joins us now. His team at home tonight to take on the Rams in a PLAC matchup, and we'll get into that ball game in just a minute as we continue with the Team OC pregame show. Coach, if you would, for our fans tuned in tonight, kind of give us a little overall view. We know you haven't won a game, but how are the Jackets playing, and how have you improved throughout the year?
Oh, yeah, obviously the wins in win-loss record isn't where we want it to be right now, but we're a very young team. We got 3 seniors and 7 juniors in total, and I feel like we've seen improvement, every week, and we've been asking a lot of our young kids. Just had some unfortunate injuries here the last few weeks, so we've had to have a lot of young kids step up, and they've done that, and no complaints at all. So that's always promising to see, and it's tough on them right now, but it'll pay off in the long run. Been seeing some varsity field time and things like that, but overall, I feel like we've improved every week, and we've gotten better, even if the win-loss record doesn't show it, which is we want to be better in that end of things, but I think if we continue on the right path and continue to do things the right way, that those things will come.
Coach, what areas of growth are you most impressed with or you like the best about this team?
I feel like we're starting to understand our offense and defensive scheme better, and we have some guys that are very hard workers, and I feel like from last year to this year we're just really starting to understand what we want to do and what we're trying to do, and I feel like we're starting to execute a little better and things like that. So that's very promising to see, especially from a young team as young as we are.
Zach, if you would tell us a bit about your team, offensively, defensively, what are you trying to do out on the field?
So we've mixed it up a little bit this year. We went through some weeks there we had some injuries, and we kind of got into some different things where we were running with the tight end and wing and things like that. But naturally, we want to be a spread team, and two wide receivers on each side, and a quarterback and running back in the backfield. And we want to spread it around. Feel like we have good athletes, so we're trying to get the ball in those athletes' hands and let them make plays with their feet. And defensively, we're more of a 5-3 coming into the year, and we've bounced around to a 5-2 a little bit, against some pass-heavier teams. And I just feel like we've executed well each week and gotten better each week at doing those things. So offensively, we're trying to spread it out a little bit and get our athletes in open space, and then defensively, playing in the PLAC where there's a lot of run-heavy teams, so trying to stop the run, and we feel like if we stop the run and teams are passing that normally don't want to pass as much, we feel like we're in a good spot.
Third phase of the game, Coach, how have you done on special teams?
I feel like we've improved from last year to this year a lot, which a lot of those guys playing on special teams last year were freshmen, and there was definitely some learning curves, and then now they're sophomores and juniors out on the special teams. So I feel like our special teams has improved a lot here the last couple of weeks. We've had to throw some more freshmen out there, and I've given them a challenge because it's kind of dipped off here the last couple of weeks compared to where we were at the beginning of the season. But very, very pleased with special teams this year, and felt like we have gotten better there every week as well.
What about your matchup with Paoli tonight?
Everybody knows they like to run in the flex zone, and they have spread it out a little bit more this year and thrown the ball around. But we know that they really want to be in the flex zone, and they're very good at it and very disciplined. So just like I told our kids, we have to be disciplined, and we got to match their physicality and be ready to match it for 4 quarters, because that's not an easy offense to stop. And I felt like we did a pretty good job against Crawford County there a couple of weeks ago, and it's going to be a very similar style offense, this Friday. So we're going to have to be disciplined and fly around the football field and match their physicality and match their intensity for 4 quarters.
Coach, it is another conference game for both teams, and of course you've got one more next week with Perry Central, and also tonight a little bit of emotion as well with senior night. How does that factor into the game this evening?
Emotions are always high on senior night. Those kids, they mean a lot to you, and 4-year program players, and so I think there'll be a lot of emotion as always on senior night. But how do we hone that in, and how do we use it into the game plan and take it with us into the game and use it effectively, rather than letting it get to us and catch us off guard or not be focused on the task at hand. So there'll definitely be emotions, but I feel like we just got to channel it and use it in the right way.
Zach, also week number 8 of the high school football season. Now we start to think about sectional down the road. I know you don't look that far ahead, but how do you look at this 2A sectional 39 and the teams in there that you possibly could face here in a couple of weeks?
We have some good teams in our sectional. With 2A, you had a 2A state runner-up last year in the Linton Stockton Miners. So there's some good teams in the sectional. But as I told our kids all year, as long as we execute and do what we do best, and just execute and take care of the football, I feel like we can play with anybody, but we got to do it for 4 quarters.
Coach, health-wise, how are you heading into tonight's game?
We have a couple kids banged up still, but we're starting to get back to healthy again, and I think by week 9 we should be fully healthy again. So we got a couple kids banged up, but in football it's always a next man up mentality. As I tell the kids, you never know when your number's going to be called, so you got to be ready. But health-wise, just a couple injuries, but we're starting to get back to full health again, so that's nice to see, especially rolling into close to tournament time.
Coach C, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Head coach Zach C. of Mitchell. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
As we roll on with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Neil Dittmer joins us now. Rams on the road. It's a conference matchup with the Mitchell Blue Jackets at Terry Cole Field. We'll get into that ball game in just a few minutes. But, Coach, 1 week ago, back out on the road, kind of same scenario. You were taking on another conference foe, a team that had been playing well, though, in Crawford County, but you went down and did what you needed to do.
Yeah, we did. We came out and we got started really well, offensively, defensive, and with our special teams. We started off really well overall. Being able to put scores in the end zone and getting stops on third down was huge for us. And then I thought our special teams really set the tone for us, putting them back deep, anytime we had a kickoff.
And, of course, talking as special teams coach, got that touchdown, as you mentioned, and that's always an extra added boost and really throws some emotion into the game.
Yeah, it does, and it's a huge momentum killer or momentum creator. Anytime you can get something that, like a big play like that, it just brings a ton of momentum to your side and just drains the momentum from the other side. So anytime you can get those kind of special plays, you're really helping your side out quite a bit.
And one of those games, Coach, where we kind of count 2 wins, regular season and in the conference.
Yeah, kind of solidified ourselves as for sure number 2 in the conference, with it still an outside shot of being able to tie for first place. But just a solid overall year in conference play. We'd like to have that Valley game back a little bit, but you can't get those back. So we just continue to build and get better as we go.
Rams felt good leaving Marengo last Friday night. Headed back home, Coach. Enjoyed that ride, but had to quickly turn your attention to your foe tonight in Mitchell. Before we get into that matchup, how did practice go Monday through Thursday for your Rams?
I thought we had a really good week. I thought our energy was way better this week. You started to see some of the energy transfer from the coaches creating energy quite a bit throughout practice to the kids having a lot of energy at practice. And it's been kind of a weird week for us. We've had parent-teacher conferences and we had our service day, so we've been in and out of classes and coaches have been in and out of practice and just dealing with parent-teacher conferences and meeting with kids and stuff like that. So I really like how we adapted and how we kind of, our kids just adjusted and ran with it all week long, and we got a lot of good work in while we were at it.
So say anything in particular that you did try and improve on in practice this week?
It was all the details. We've talked about it a lot throughout the year that the details are important, but never as much as you continue to get closer to the end of the season. As you get to playing playoff football, those details are so huge. The team that is not turning the ball over, the team that is blocking better and tackling better, as simple as that sounds, the teams that do those things the best are going to continue further on as the playoffs go, and that's where we want to start to get to as we hit Week 8, Week 9, and into Week 10.
On the road tonight, Coach, at Mitchell, what about this Blue Jacket team?
That's a team that's struggling this year, with trying to get some wins, but they're young, very young team, and you got to go out there and you've got to really play your best from the start. You can't just go in and expect to win. If we go in with that mindset, we're going to be in a world of hurt, and we're going to be pretty frustrated with ourselves. Talking to the guys on Thursday, it was all about go do our job, be the best at whatever your task is on that play, and if we are able to go do that, we should be able to have some success tonight.
Coach, looking at scouting report, what do you know about this Jacket team? What do you expect offensively and defensively?
They're going to spread you out with their offense to run the ball and to throw the ball. They're going to try and get some athletes in space. They're going to try and get Molis the ball, number 6, quite a bit. They're going to try and get their receivers 3, 7, and 9 the ball a lot out in space and try and make you tackle them one-on-one. We've got to generate pressure. Quarterback can throw a pretty good ball, but if you get him off his line, if he's uncomfortable, it's not nearly as good of a ball, and you can get some turnovers, you can get some fumbles, things like that if we're creating some pressure.
Then defensively, what do you expect out of them?
It's going to be an odd front. They're going to be in kind of like a odd stack look. We're going to have 5 down linemen with 3 linebackers. To try and keep 8 in the box and really try and prevent you from running inside. So we've got to loosen them up a little bit, get the edge, maybe some of our spread stuff early, some wide play, get our slots going out wide early on to open it up and get Tyler and Cooper open inside.
I was going to ask you, will you open it up with some passing early?
We may. I haven't fully decided on that yet, but it's something we've done the last couple weeks, and I kind of like coming out of it and working on that early and seeing what it looks like to start a game. You never know when you got to go to it, so why not start it with it and get after it early.
What do the Rams got to do to win tonight, Coach?
We got to take care of the football. Number 1, we've got to tackle the football. Number 2, and if we stay on schedule offensively, if we can get a few of those big plays like we've been having, we should be in good shape. And we've really got to keep them from having the big play. When they've had their success offensively, it's when guys have gotten loose and they've had some big plays. Force them to put drives together and drive down the field.
Coach, it is week number 8. Or players starting to realize just how short of a season is left here now?
I think that was kind of part of why the energy shifted a little bit this week. Like some of our older guys are starting to realize that this is possibly coming to an end soon, and just how special football is. It's unlike anything else as a senior football player. You can play basketball and soccer, and you can go play these other sports for a long period of time after you graduate. Once you hang those pads up, you're probably not putting them on ever again if you're not going to go play college ball. So it starts to hit you about week 8 for sure.
Health-wise, how are your Rams coming in tonight?
We're still a little bit dinged up. We still have Ian out, Cohen's out, and then Emmett's still out as well. So we're a little thin in our secondary, but other than that, we're pretty healthy up front and with our other guys.
Coach Dittmer, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
And Eleanor will take us to kickoff here tonight.
Go Rams, be excellent.
You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. First of all, for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, we'll take a look at their offense. At quarterback, number 5, Joe Todd, 5'10", 149, a sophomore. Running back is number 6, Caden Mullis. He's 6'2", 183, and a junior. Slot back is number 7, Slav Luchka. He is 6'3", 174, and a junior. The wide receivers are number 9, Blake King, 6'4", 176, a junior. Number 3, Jaredon Souter, 6'3", 185, and a junior. And the tight end, number 23, Levi Petro, 5'10", 176, and a senior. The offensive line at left tackle, number 72, Braxton Griffin, 6'2", 244, and a sophomore. Left guard is Brent Mullis, 6'1", 191, and a sophomore. At center, number 60, Cody Howard, 5'9", 211, and a senior. Right guard is 56, Dylan Miller, 6', 217, and a sophomore. And right tackle, number 51, Colin Sanders, 6'3", 163, and a sophomore. 2 seniors, 4 juniors, and 5 sophomores start on offense for the Jackets here tonight. And Chris takes a look at tonight's Rams defense.
The Ram defense that will be opposing the Mitchell offense tonight. Dane Paget at end, 6'3", 200, and a senior. The nose guard is Dom Garcia, 5'11", 230, and a senior. The other end is Wyatt Baker, 6 foot, 180, and a senior. The linebackers, Justin Thornton, 6'2", 195, and a junior. Tyler Hannon, 5'10", 190, and a senior. Trey Robbins, 5'10", 170, and a junior. And Chase Case, 5'10", 150, and a junior. The corners, Cade Walls, 6'1", 165, and a senior. And Colton Bakley, 6'2", 135, and a senior. The safeties, Max Cunningham, 5'7", 110, and a sophomore. And the other safety is Cooper Spires, 6 foot, 180, and a senior. 7 seniors, 3 juniors, and 1 sophomore make up the Paoli defense.
Let's take a look at the defense that we'll see from the Mitchell Blue Jackets tonight. They'll go with a 5-man front. At the ends, number 9, Blake King, 6'4", 176, a junior. And number 3, Jaredon Souders, 6'3", 185, and a junior. The tackles are number 72, Braxton Griffin, 6'2", 244, sophomore. And 64, Brett Mullis, 6 foot, 191, and a sophomore. The nose guard is number 60, Cody Howard, 5'9", 211, and a senior. The linebackers on the outside, number 6, Caden Mullis, 6'2", 183, a junior. Outside on the right side, Mason Morrow. He's number 18, 5'8", 246, a freshman. And the middle linebackers, 23, that is Levi Petro, 5'6", 176, and a junior. Zeke Howe at one corner, Ed Luch at the other, and the safety is Clayson Parks. We'll be back to take a look at the Rams offense. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you. Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
That 5-man front there for the Mitchell defense. Again, 2 seniors, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen start there for the Jackets on defense. They have 6 two-way starters tonight.
For Paoli starting on offense tonight, the quarterback is Cooper Spires, 6 foot, 180, and a senior. The slot backs are Dane Paget, 6'3", 200, and a senior, and Justin Thornton, 6'2", 195, and a junior. The fullback is Tyler Hannon, 5'10", 190, and a senior. The wideouts, Colton Beckley, 6'2", 135, and a senior, and Cade Walls, 6'1", 165, and a senior. Up front for Paoli, across the line, the left tackle is Landon Smith, 5'10", 180, and a senior. The left guard is Lucas Schenkel, 6 foot, 195, and a senior. The center is Dom Garcia, 5'11", 230, and a senior. The right guard is Kentley Scholl, 5'10", 180, and a senior. And the right tackle is Wyatt Baker, 6 foot, 180, and a senior.
Well, the Rams offense not changing much at all here as we've gone through the year. The Rams tonight, though, 8 two-way starters, but, Chris, that's nothing new. They've gone that route almost all year long.
Well, and it just comes back to that experience that Paoli has. They've got a lot of guys that have been playing football for a long time, and they're very confident with those guys out there on the field, and that's a good way to start the game off.
Our lineups tonight have been brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. As we wrap up the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. And as we looked at the scouting report tonight, Chris, kind of like what we've seen, as I mentioned, just like the lineups, it's kind of about the same. The Rams just need to take care of the football, stay on schedule, do not get behind the chains, and, of course, they are able to do those little things and just play one play at a time, and if something happens, you just got to look forward and continue to move forward.
Yeah, it's really important in a game like this where you can move the football and you can do things offensively, defensively. You can work on things, but it's also important, like you said, to stay on schedule, to not make crazy penalties or do anything like that you're not used to doing, or try to do things that you normally don't do. Just play your game the way you're supposed to play it, and everything should work out just fine.
It is senior night at Terry Cole Field, honoring the fall sports seniors and cheerleaders and band, and a low number here for the football team. Only 3 seniors honored here in this squad on 2025. As we've talked about, and as we went over the starting lineups, a lot of young players getting baptism under fire for Coach Zach C. in his second year here at Mitchell High School. Again, of course, he is a graduate of Mitchell High School as well. The Jackets tonight have their gold helmets with the Jackets script across each side. They are in their blue uniforms with the gold numbers trimmed in white. Rams tonight on the road, they are in their home whites trimmed in purple and gold with the purple pants and, of course, the Ram horn helmets. This season, the new look for Paoli as the captains head out to midfield. Again, this is a turf field, and used to, Chris, this was really uncommon, but now it's starting to be more commonplace as the teams that we have on our schedule here year in and year out.
Well, I think there's an advantage to turf fields. I know I've heard a lot of things over the years that you can do so much more on a turf field. You can practice on that. Other sports can practice on that. And it's very versatile in what it's able to do, and it's a really, really nice field here at Mitchell.
And it is. They've got some great facilities that they have revamped here, the football field, baseball, as well as the softball and their field house. So some major upgrades here at Mitchell High School, and this is one of them here at Terry Cole Field. And, of course, we've got another. We've said a lot of great weather that we've had throughout this season, and tonight is a little bit cooler than normal. But when you talk about football weather, Chris, this is what we think about.
Oh, absolutely. It's not hot. It's not raining. It's overcast a little bit. The sun is shining through a little bit now as it starts to set, and it's just a perfect night for football here in Mitchell.
And of the turf, we're glad it's not 90 degrees.
Absolutely.
We see the Rams ready to take the field here this evening. Glad you could join us. Again, a mix of some sun and clouds, temperature in the low to mid-60s, and the Rams will be kicking it off first here tonight. Alvaro Gavina ready to get things started for the Rams, as back deep will be number 6. That's Caden Mullis, along with Keelan Endress, number 14. Again, their starting quarterback, Cam Gilstrap, who's a fine-looking junior athlete, out with a concussion, so shorthanded for a team that is inexperienced here tonight. As Alvaro gets ready to go, and we're about set for this Patoka Lake Athletic Conference matchup, and we're on the way. High end-over-end kick. Endress circles underneath, but he bobbles at the 6, going to be picked up by Mullis. Mullis comes to the right up the hash to the 20 and brought down at the 22, 23-yard line, as the Rams a nice job of staying in their lanes. Colton Beckley in there on the tackle, and the Mitchell Blue Jackets will have it first here tonight to start things off, as the ball going to be marked down at the 24-yard line. First and 10 for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Rams defense will get a test on this spread offense for the Jackets who will come out. Joe Todd, he is 2 out of 7 on the season for 46 yards, 1 interception, and 3 touchdowns. Go to the gun formation, 2 in the backfield, hand it off to Mullis. He tries the left side, cuts back up the middle. Nice run by Mullis, just keeps those feet churning to 6'2", 183, and he is out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play. Get everybody finally unpiled there for the Rams, and they get Chase Case, one of those last to get up off the bottom of that pile, along with Dane Patchett. But nice run up first down.
That was a really good run. He just kind of kept his feet moving and kept pushing the pile forward, and they picked up a really nice gain on that first down play.
Second down and 2 again, 2 in the backfield, a kind of an offset eye with the quarterback out of the gun, handed off to Mullis again. Being very patient, tries to break it outside, but there's nowhere to go. Good job coming up through there that time for that Ram defense. Justin Thornton, and get some help there as well from Dom Garcia. They needed 2. They got 1, and now, Chris, they face a short 3rd and 1. See what they want to come out with here on this play. Deep in their own territory at the 33-yard line. 3rd down and 1. Todd out of the gun again. Puts one running back to his right. One stands right behind him. 2 receivers to the left. Handed off to Mullis again. A steady diet of number 6. He's going to be throwing for a loss in the backfield. Great job by that Rams defense. Garcia, Thornton in there as well, and Trey Robinson. What a big 3rd down play there by that Ram defense.
That was a nice play that time, and they just kind of ran the same play 3 times, and it took Paoli the first down. They got a really nice pick up there, and then on the 3rd down, they finally got in there and threw him for a loss.
And this will force the Jackets to punt. Caden Mullis, who is the punter, got to watch, make sure they don't do anything tricky here. It's a 4th down and 5 for the Jackets after they had a 2nd down and 2. Cade Walls sets back up deep, had a touchdown last week. Low driving kick. Walls fields it at the 36. He bobbles it. It's loose on the turf. It's still loose. And finally the Rams are able to cover. Boy, they avoided disaster there as Walls fumbled that ball, but quickly down there for Paoli to cover it and give the Rams still possession of that. Max Cunningham coming up with it. And Paoli's defense that time turned Mitchell into punt, but near disaster there on that fumble.
It almost was. As Wall set up under that punt to catch it, and he just took his eye off of it or something right there at the end, and it hit his hands and fell to the ground. Paoli's lucky to recover that.
That they do on the recovery by Cunningham. Rams get it at their own 29-yard line. 1st down and 10. Ball at the midfield striper, middle of the field, handed off to Padgett. Tries to sweep to the right side. Jukes inside, outside. Down the sideline he goes. Gets across the 35, still carrying defenders as he's pushed out of bounds beyond the 1st down marker. He'll be out to the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11 on the play. And finally for the defense coming over there was Luchka, the quarterback, to shove him out of bounds. But that's what the Rams want to do, Chris. That's get to the edge and use their athletic ability.
That was a really nice move there by Padgett. He just kind of set one step and did a stutter step to the outside, and he got around the end. And when Dane gets around the end, he's dangerous.
Go to the pistol formation again with the flex bone. It's Cooper Spires, puts 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Marks out the signals, has it, looks to his left, fires it out in the flat way over the head of his intended receiver, Dane Padgett. And that'll be an incomplete pass. Coverage out there for the Jackets. Clayson Parks, the free safety, but a little bit of miscommunication and timing on that one.
A little bit. He just kind of overthrew that ball a little bit. He just needs to set up his feet a little bit better and just take his time a little bit more. He had time on that throw. He just overthrew his receiver.
First possession of the night here for the Rams. No score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. 2nd down and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Rams offense. This time Spires goes under center out of the flex bone, comes down the right side, handed off to Hannon. Hannon met as he gets to the line of scrimmage. He might get 1 yard out to the 41-yard line on that belly dive by the fullback. In there was a Mullis on the tackle along with Howe. And the Rams face a 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 9.
Well, that was a nice job there by the Mitchell defense. They were ready for that, and when Hannon got the ball, they just kind of swarmed him there, and he was only able to get the 1 yard.
Again, when they bring up those kind of, I don't know if you want to call them defensive end or outside linebackers, but they're putting 5 up there and almost 7 in the box. Rams come to the counter left side to Thornton. Thornton down the hash mark, 45-50, and he is gone. He's to the 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown, no flags, and Justin Thornton runs it in from 59 yards on the touchdown run for the Rams, and that will give the Rams the early lead here in this ball game as they quickly go up by a score of 6-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard with 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play.
Well, that was just a really nice job there. Justin just got to the outside, and he made one little move, kind of like Dane did on that first down play, the very first play from scrimmage, and he squirted around the end, and that was it.
Talked about all those guys in the box, Chris, and when you do that and you can get past that second level, there's not many left.
No.
Alvaro Gavina ready to go for the extra point out of the hole to Cooper Spires. Dane Padgett is the snapper. Snap down, hold good. Kick is up, and it is good. And Alvaro keeps his streak alive here, and that will make it now a 7-0 ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Rams try to get around 7 to 10 of those chunk plays, and they got one big one already in that first drive.
Yes.
Galdino's high end-over-end kick going to be fielded by Endress at the 15 to the 20, 25, the right hash mark. There comes the coverage, and he is going to be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Colt Bonte in there, number 18, to lead that charge for the Rams, joined there by Trey Robbins, his teammate. And it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. And they will have the ball at the 29-yard line. 1st down and 10 to start this second drive. It was all running in that first one. And, Chris, we looked at that scouting report, and that was kind of different because it was all skewed passing.
Yeah, that was they looked like they passed the ball about 67% of the time, and they didn't throw the ball yet. So we'll see if that plays out here.
Go to the gun formation with the single setback. Todd behind the center, puts a man in motion. Now he's going to keep it. Actually, it was a direct snap to Mullis, and Mullis is going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Rams not fooled at all by that play. Wyatt Baker in there on the tackle for Paoli, along with Dom Garcia. Going to be a loss of 3 on the play back near the 20-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 13. Actually marked that ball at the 24, not the 29, which is where they started their original drive. So 2nd down and long here for the Jackets. Todd in the backfield with Mullis, trips receivers to the left side, single receiver to the right side, the short side of the field. Todd barking out the signals, now gets it. He's going to drop back to pass. Look, fires it flat-footed and way over the head of his intended receiver, Lutka, at about the 25-yard line. But he had a lot of defenders surrounding him there as well.
That was a nice job. Pelly got a little pressure back in the backfield on him and kind of rushed that throw, and he didn't really – there was a receiver there, but it was just an overthrown ball.
Luchka, he is the favorite target of the quarterbacks for Mitchell so far this season. He's got 19 receptions for 330 yards, averages 17 per catch, and has 3 touchdowns. Behind the chains of the Jackets here, 3rd down and 13 at the 20-yard line, their own 20. Out of the gun, put Mullis in motion to the left, fired out in the flat to Mullis, catches it on the run, a little flanker screen. He breaks one tackle, gets up across the 30 and brought down close to the 1st down marker. Going to move him back, I believe, to about the 33-yard line. That'll be close to 11 on the pickup, and it's going to be 4th down here for the Jackets. They quickly hurry up to see if they can catch the Rams, and unprepared on the defense, so they're going to go for it on 4th down and 1. Todd out of the gun, and there's movement as the Rams get antsy on the right side of the defense. Chase Case gets caught there, and he gets into the neutral zone, and that will give the Jackets a 1st down.
Well, that's what we talked about in the pregame, that Pelly's just got to do what they're supposed to do and make the plays they're supposed to make. And that was just a situation where it's 4th down, they're trying to get you to jump, and yet they were able to do that. So it gives Mitchell a 1st down.
Got to give credit for the Jackets. They were way behind the chains. That big 3rd down swing pass to Mullis gave them that opportunity to go on 4th down, and they catch the Rams with a penalty. Out of the gun formation, 2 halfbacks in the backfield by the quarterback, Todd. Todd hands it off. No, he's going to fake it, fired out in the flat to Luchka. Great one-handed catch, but he is going to be brought down immediately near the line of scrimmage as the Rams had that one played perfectly. Walls and Cunningham in there on the tackle, and they're going to say no gain at all, make it 2nd down and 10, but Haley, a nice job on their star receiver out in that right flat.
Yeah, that was a really nice catch there by Luchka with one hand, and he kind of turned around, but the Pelly defense was right there. They did a really nice job to cover that pass.
Under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James Scoreboard. Rams on top by a score of 7-0. Mitchell has it 2nd and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Ball over on the right hash. Single setback with Todd out of the gun formation. Todd looks through. He's right there. Pressure. I don't think anybody touched Dane Padgett. He came flying in there. And poor Joe Todd, there was nothing he can do but eat that football.
That was just a really nice job there by Dane to just get in there and stuff that. And like you said, Todd didn't have there was nothing he could have done on that.
Already Dane coming in with over 5 tackles for a loss. That goes down in that column, but it is also a sack, and that moves the ball back inside the 35-yard line to the 33-yard line to make it 3rd down and 15. Out of the gun formation, Joe Todd, the quarterback. Caden Mullis, the halfback, lined up with him. 3 receivers to the left side, the wide side of the field. Gets a snap. Rolling is the quarterback. There's pressure from both the beginning and behind. Throws it out in the flat, and it's nearly intercepted at the 42-yard line. At that time, Todd just threw it up for grabs. Thornton got some fingertips on it, but couldn't haul it in. And that time, the pressure is what got the Jacket quarterback with some happy feet.
Yeah, they did a nice job of flushing him out of the pocket that time, and that's one of those cases there with Thornton where you just wish you were just a little bit taller or you jumped a little bit later because he got his fingertips on that ball, but he just wasn't able to bring it in.
Back to punt will be Mullis for the second time. This time, Dane Padgett will be back to field the punt for the Rams. Sets up at his own 30-yard line. The Rams get set up along the line of scrimmage on 4th down and 15. Mullis gets a snap, and it is a good one. He boots it out of there, comes off the side of his foot. This is not going to be returnable at all. Rams are going to have great field position. Let's see where the official on the sideline says it went out of bounds. Walk it up, and it'll be right at the 47-yard line of Paoli. And the Rams will have it near midfield here to start their second drive on the shank punt that time by Mullis. And Paoli, great field position. Let's see if they are able to take advantage like they did the first time. As that drive, the first one went a total of 71 yards, but 51 of it came on a run by Justin Thornton. First down and 10 for the Rams offense. Back to the flex bone. Spires goes under center. Ball on the left hash mark. Going to turn the little counter play to Padgett. Padgett to the right side. He's to the 50, 45-40, down the sideline, 35-30, and going to be brought down with a one-arm tackle by Luchka at the 26-yard line. And there's a play quickly, Chris, that flips the field for the Rams. A huge run by Dane Padgett, and the Rams set themselves up in great field position. Mark that ball at the 26-yard line.
Well, that was just a really nice run by Dane. And, again, the athleticism that he brings, he was able to get to the outside. And once he turns that corner, it's hard for guys to catch him. You have to have a good angle.
It's a track meet, that's for sure. First down and 10. Ball again marked at the 26-yard line. Spires under center, out of the flex bone. Looks at the defense, comes down the left side, going to toss it to the left side, and there's Thornton, but he's going to be met in the backfield. Really nice play on the defense that time. And coming up will be Blake King, number 9, and King read that one perfectly, and the Rams have their first negative play of the night, put them behind the chains, as it's going to be a loss of close to 3 to make it second down and 13.
Well, that time Justin just he wasn't able to get the corner, and that's what he was trying to do there like he did on that touchdown run. And like you said, Mitchell just did a really nice job of getting in there and standing that up, and there was 2 or 3 guys there that got to him.
That's right. King was not by himself with his defensive teammates. Second down and long. Rams out of the flex bone. Quarterback Spires under center. He's going to keep it. He goes over the right side. And Cooper going to get a couple of tough yards down to the 26-yard line. And the Rams will face a 3rd down and 11 at the 26-yard line to keep this drive alive, to see if they can come up with another score. They already lead at 7-0 with 4:20 to go here in the first quarter of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. But you got to think, Chris, this is 4-down territory.
Absolutely. They did that getting behind the chains a little bit there on that first down play, and that cost them.
Rams go to the flex bone. Both receivers are to the right side on 3rd down and long. Spires under center. Counter play, it goes to Padgett. Jukes inside, outside, down the sideline. He's to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, and he is in for the score. Dane Padgett on that counter play from left to right finds the end zone, and it's from 29 yards out on the touchdown run by the Rams senior slot man, Dane Padgett, here tonight. And that comes with 3:51 to go in the first quarter of play. And Padgett with that touchdown run, and on the season for Dane, that will be number 11 as the Rams get ready to go with their PA team. Alvaro Gavina out there, and he swings that right leg through it, and he is able to split the uprights. It is good, and the Rams jump out now to a 14-0 lead on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Alvaro Gavina, perfect 2 for 2 PATs. Now he's going to kick off for a third time already here tonight. That's always a good sign if you're a Rams football player. This one's a high end over end. Going to be fielded right at the 10-yard line. Howell will bring it up to the hash. He is going to be hit and thrown. Cade Walls, a great job of coverage back there and a nice one-on-one tackle, and going to pin the Jackets deep in their own territory inside the 20. Looks like the forward progress that they will give him will be out near the 18-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10, though, for the Mitchell Blue Jackets here on their third drive of the night. And had a nice drive going that last time, Chris, but just couldn't, when they got behind the chains on that the incomplete pass, just set them back and they couldn't overcome it.
Yeah, they did a nice job of moving the football a little bit, and that's just that inexperience, I think.
Mullis along with Todd in the backfield. Todd got a play action, throw it out into the flat. It is caught. Breaking one tackle is the receiver, and he gets out to the 25-yard line. And a nice run and catch that time by the tight end Petro, number 23. Levi 5'10", 176, and a senior. Rams had to quickly come up with the secondary stop that time. Colton Beckley in there, and they're going to walk it over as the officials, I don't know what the mark or the spot's all about here. Was it a face mask? Apparently so. And the Rams will be charged, and it's not a major, but it's a 5-yarder, but that is enough to move the chains. That'll give them a first down out to the 30-yard line, 1st down and 10. So Paoli flagged for the first time tonight, as we also see now in there Tyler Ross along that defensive line for the Rams, 1st down and 10. Official from the sideline going to talk to the umpire back behind the line of scrimmage for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Joe Todd at quarterback along with Caden Mullis, looking at where that penalty actually occurred and might readjust the spot here. After they walked off the penalty, it was put down at the 30. That's when the side judge came in. Apparently he ruled that that was not the correct spot. So we get a conference here. Too bad we don't have replay. 1st down and 10, no matter where they spot the football here. Zach C., the coach, may have had a question on that, and that's what the officials wanted to get together on and make sure that they had the correct ruling, and they seem to be satisfied with the judgment that they made and decision, and that's where the ball will stay at the 30-yard line of Mitchell, 1st down and 10.
I think the coach thought it was a 15-yard face mask.
Okay. Looks as though he just kind of got it and let go and just didn't grab onto it. 1st and 10. Going to turn, hand it off to Mullis. Looks inside, tries to bounce to the outside, but the Rams defense is right there. Great job by Colton Beckley to come up from that right cornerback spot. And he had a one-on-one shot with Mullis, who's not an easy guy to bring down at 6'2", 183. But Colton did a perfect job in that tackling and brought him down for a loss of 5 back to the 25-yard line. That'll make it 2nd down and 15 as we roll down to the 3-minute mark in quarter number 1. Rams lead at 14-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Jackets out of the huddle. Todd brings them up to the line of scrimmage, out of gun. Mullis, the senior, or a single setback, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Got to fake it, come to the right side, and it is going to be caught out here on that right wing by Souter. Souter had a blocker, but the Rams quickly closed in, as coming up was Beckley along with Cade Walls. Going to get close to that penalty back and make it 3rd down and 5. But again, Todd had to deliver that ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot at the end of that play. The Rams got in there on the pressure, and they really did a really nice job. Again, kind of similar to the Luchka catch earlier, where they really swarmed to the ball on the outside.
3rd down and 10 for the Jackets. Ball at the 30 on the right hash mark. Todd out of the shotgun formation. Mullis the single setback. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Gets the snap. Going to fake the handoff. He tries to tuck it and run and come up the middle, but not much there. And the Rams able to wrap him up. Tyler Ross, a nice job of staying home on that D line, and along with Trey Robbins, the linebacker, a gain of a couple on the play, makes it now 4th down and 8, and it'll be a punting situation once again for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. 3 possessions for Mitchell and 3 punts now as the Rams send Dane Padgett back inside the 35-yard line. Last time Mullis shanked it off the right side. Let's see what he does here. The long snapper is Blake King in this mechanism. Good snap, and Mullis this time again comes off the right side of his foot, and it's going to take a great roll, though, down that right sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. Rams, like I were, hoping that it was going to hit and take a quick kick to the right side, but it just hugged that sideline down the right side, and the official marked it officially at the 31. Now he's going to be more generous and give it to the Rams at their own 33-yard line, 1st down and 10. Rams have touched the ball twice here tonight and have 2 touchdowns. The first one was a 71-yard touchdown drive. The second was a 53-yard touchdown drive, but both were big plays, with Thornton going 59 yards and Padgett 29 yards. Rams get it with 1:25 to go in this first quarter of play on the road at Terry Cole Field, up by 2 scores. Rams go back to the gun, spread offense on 1st down and 10. Spires gets a snap, rolls to his right, fires it over the middle, and it's intercepted at the 42-yard line. Petro, he's down inside the 30 and finally brought down at the 20-yard line. And the first big turnover of the night here for the Rams is an interception. And Petro able to come up the middle linebacker to give the Jackets great field position, 1st and 10 at the Rams' 20-yard line.
Well, that was just a really nice job that time of reading that pass, and Spires threw it, and it wasn't a bad pass, but it was just right to the Mitchell defender.
Great field position by the Jackets as they have it at their 20-yard line of Paoli, actually going to mark it at the 21-yard line, 1st down and 10. Question is, though, can the Jackets take advantage of it here with 1:17 to go? Out of the gun formation, Todd marks out the signal. Rams crowd the line of scrimmage. Todd back to pass, fires it to the end zone, and it's going to be nearly intercepted by the Rams in the back of the end zone. I believe that was Cade Walls who was hugging the end zone at the very back. Got a couple of hands on it, but just couldn't pull it in. Great job by Blake King at the last instant there, kind of turned on the burners to give the Jackets a chance to haul it in as Coach Zach Seed goes for it all on the first play.
Yeah, that was kind of an offensive player turning defensive back on that play. He really did a nice job of breaking up that pass and keeping Cade from making that interception.
2nd down and 10, the ball at the 21 of the Rams. Out of the gun formation, Mullis is the running back. Joe Todd is your quarterback for the Jackets. 2 ends each way. Looking as Todd, plenty of time, fires it out into the flat. Luchka catches it, but the Rams are right there. He fumbles it. It's loose on the field. It bounces right up to the Rams. And quickly coming down is Trey Robbins, and Robbins is to the 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5 touchdown, and Robbins going to return that one nearly 80 yards, and just like that, a turnover comes right back to haunt the Jackets, and the Rams able to take advantage of it.
Well, just a really nice job there of staying with the play, and Luchka was fighting for yardage out here on the outside, and they just reached in there and stripped the ball away, and it bounced right up, and Robbins just picked it up and took off running with it.
As he returns that one to the house, and for Trey Robbins, the Rams linebacker, that will be his 2nd score off a turnover. He had an interception and a score earlier this season. But, boy, what a turn of events to make it now 20-0 with 54 seconds to go. And the extra point by Gavina, it is – we still haven't seen the signal. Oh, no, we got offsides on Mitchell. Okay, so penalty there. And that will give the Rams a chance to go for 2 here with 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, making it 20-0 as the penalty. Jackets, I'm sure they're a little upset with the fortunes that have turned here quickly. And the Rams will bring the offense, and they will go for the 2-point conversion, leading it right now by a score of 20-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard.
That was just one of those situations where things were turning around for Mitchell. They made a nice interception, and then they fumbled the ball, and Paley scores a touchdown.
Rams come out with their offense. Spires under center, puts Padgett in motion, going to toss it to Dane. Kick-out block, and he'll walk in untouched as Padgett will convert the 2-point conversion, and that makes it now a 22-0 ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard with 54 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of play. And I was kind of thinking as the Rams got that fumble, and I know that you looked at the scouting report like I did, and one of the keys on defense was that defensive coordinator Aaron Hannon was telling guys, okay, we've kind of made our steps forward. Now the next step we need to make is start ripping that ball away from the offense.
And that's just what they did on that play, and they did a really nice job. They stood up, Luchko on the outside, and there was 3 guys there, and they got the ball out. And then on this turf field, it took a really nice bounce.
It came right up to him, didn't it? Right in the numbers almost. And Trey did not hesitate, and he was off to the races. Navarro will be back to kick it off one more time, as dropping back deep will be Endress along with Mullis, as the Rams have had that kickoff team out there a lot in this first quarter, and that's always a good sign. Less than a minute to go, leading at 22-0. Nice high end-over-end kick, and the Jackets see that one sail into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. First down and 10 for the Jackets at their own 20-yard line, as Paoli able to quickly flip the script on them. A turnover on an interception by the Rams, then a fumble recovery, a scoop and score for Robbins, and boy, how that momentum can change in just a heartbeat.
2 plays made all the difference on those 2 drives.
I mean, that could be like a 14-7 ball game, and now all of a sudden it's 22-0. Yep. First down and 10 for the Jacket offense. Joe Todd, the sophomore quarterback, out of the gun with Mullis in the backfield, trips receivers to the right side. Comes down, hands it off right side to Mullis. Mullis cuts up field. He gets up across the 25 to the 30, spun around, and finally brought down as he'll pick up a first down. He got to the second level as Spires comes up to make that tackle for the Rams along with Landon Smith, number 59. But it is enough for a Blue Jacket first down, so they got a good positive play to open up this drive. We roll near 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Mullis did a really nice job that time of just getting to the outside, and there was a nice block on the end there, and he was able to turn that corner.
12-yard pickup, first down and 10, trips receivers to the right side as Todd out of the gun, looks back to pass, fires out in the left flat, and it's going to be knocked away. Try to get the quick slant, but Colton Beckley was right there stride for stride with Blake King and knocked the ball to the turf at the 40-yard line, and that goes down as an incompleted pass.
Really nice job there by Beckley, and he was just right there, and as the ball hit the hands, he was right there also and broke that pass up. That was a really nice defensive play.
Incompletion stops the clock with 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Rams lead at 22-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. The Jackets trying to get back in it. They've had some positive plays on offense, but nothing that they have been able to sustain and put back-to-back. Second down and 10 out of the gun, handed off to Endress. Endress tries the left side, not much there, and he is brought down for a loss at the 30-yard line. Rams, Dane Padgett in there, also joined by Trey Robbins and Tyler Hannon, and it's going to be a loss of 2. Make it third down and 12 at the 30-yard line, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter here at Terry Cole Field in this PLAC matchup. The Rams lead it 22-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
First quarter on the road here for the Rams tonight at Terry Cole Field as they come up with 3 touchdowns, one of them a scoop and score by the defense, and lead at 22-0 as we start this second quarter of play. Jackets behind the chains. They have it third down and 12 at their own 30-yard line. Once again, see if the Jackets can convert on this third down and long, or if the Rams can get off the field and put their offense back out there very quickly. Joe Todd, the quarterback, out of the gun formation. Going to split three receivers to the right. Here come the Rams with a blitz. Going to fire down the left sideline, and it's going to be broken up. Cooper Spires over there, and they had that sideline go route with Blake King. But again, that pressure forced Todd to get a little bit too much air underneath of it on that throw.
Yeah, and Paley just did a really nice job of just playing the football on that. There could have easily, the way the ball was thrown, it easily could have ended up in a pass interference penalty, and they just did it. Cooper Spires just did a really nice job of just playing the football.
Mullis will be back to punt this ball away. Dane Padgett sets up near the Rams' 33-yard line. Mullis, the last time, got a great roll on one that went off the side of his foot. Mullis punting one more time already, the fourth time that he has been out there to do this job, and he's able to boot it out of there. This one's a nice high-end over-end kick. Padgett lets it hit, and it immediately goes out of bounds beyond the 35 out to the 36-yard line, and that's where the Rams will have it first down and 10 at their own 36-yard line here as they lead it here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 22-0, just getting started here in quarter number 2 here at Terry Cole Field. So Paoli in a big conference matchup here tonight. We talked about, Chris, a big win, and they'll have sole possession of second place.
Well, that's the main thing, and we've talked about that several times with Paoli just doing what they're supposed to do and staying where they're supposed to stay.
They'll have it first down and 10. Spires out of the flex bone, puts a man in motion, hands it off to the fullback. Here's Hannon. He's just plowing his way up the middle. He's across the 40 out to the 43-yard line, and that'll be a quick pickup of 7 on the play. Drug a couple of those defenders with him, Howard and Petro, in there on the tackle. But a nice gain by the Rams fullback, Tyler Hannon, coming in, averaging almost 5 yards per carry, and is a second down and 2.
We just did a really nice job that time of just going right up the middle and keeping his feet moving.
See what the Rams do here on second down and short out of the flex bone offense. Spires under center. Spires going to turn, hand it off again. Hannon breaks free. He's to midfield to the 45 to the 40. Veers to his left to the 35-30. A foot race down to the 20. He's got the angle to the 10, 5, and touchdown Tyler Hannon as he will go 56 yards as the Rams get another chunk play. And this time it is the fullback, Tyler Hannon, going the distance for Paoli on another quick strike series that time. And for Hannon, that will be touchdown number 3 on the ground. And it gives the Rams a 28-0 lead here, but 11:01 to go in the first half of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Extra point, ball down, kick up, and kick by Alvaro Gavina is up and good, and the Rams lead it 29-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Gavina kicks it off, and King picks it up on the run along the left side, gets it up across the 20, and finally driven out of bounds out at the 28-yard line, and that's where Mitch will have it. First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line to start another drive. And so far the Jackets just cannot get any consistency going on the offensive side of the football. They go back to the two-back set out of the gun. Going to turn, toss it back to Mullis to the right side. Mullis up the hash mark. He's got some running room, breaks the tackle. He's to the 40. He's got one man to beat at the 50. Conspires get him. He tries to sidestep him, and he does. But then the Rams' pursuit gets him. But Mullis, a great job on that toss around right in. He got to the edge, and he is able to run all the way down to the Rams' 28-yard line. As the biggest play of the night for the Jackets, able to flip the field from their own 28 to the Rams' 28-yard line.
Well, he just did a really nice job, and Mullis is a load, and he's pretty quick also when he gets to that edge, and he got around the corner that time, and as you said, it was just a foot race with him and Spires.
44-yard run by Mullis gives the Jackets great field position as they look for their first score of the night. First down and 10. Go to the single set back out of the gun, hand it off left side. Mullis nowhere to go. He tries the back cut. The Rams' pursuit gets him and drops him for a loss of 2 back to the 31-yard line. In there for Paoli, coming up quickly on the defense for the Rams that time. And see a couple of new numbers in there as well. Lucas Schinkel, number 52, was one of the Rams that got in there for Paoli. Colt Bonta, number 18, at that linebacker spot as well. And it is a loss of 2. That's kind of been the way it's gone for the Jackets. They get a nice play, and then they can't back it up with another positive play.
Well, it seems like with Mullis, whenever he just gets the ball and takes off and goes with it, he's gaining yardage. But when he stops and starts to look, that's when he gets into trouble.
Drake Holiday, number 22, checks in, 5'7", 130, and a freshman, single setback. Going to fake the handoff, toss it out to the flat, and the ball is going to be dropped. Levi Petro, classic example right there, Chris, of running before you catch it.
Yeah, he was taking off with that ball before it got to him and just hit off his hands.
That goes down as an incomplete pass. 9:47 to go here in this first half of play at Terry Cole Field. Rams lead it by a score of 29-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It'll be third down and 13. Ball at the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Joe Todd out of the gun formation with a single setback. Todd gets a snap back. Look, here's some pressure. Fires it out into the flat. Nobody there. He was just hoping that somebody was going to be there. Petro, instead of going for the outcut and stopping, he went out and up. And just he and Todd not on that same page. And a situation here where Mitchell, in down by 29 points, they will be going for it on fourth down.
Well, that time Todd just was backing up and running for his life, and he just turned and threw that ball up in the air. And the closest guy to it was a Paoli defender. 4th and 13 at the 31-yard line. Let's see what the Jackets do. Here's Todd back to pass. Pressure on. Heaves it down, and it's going to be intercepted inside the 10. Quickly down the right sideline to the 20. That's going to be Cooper Spires as he comes up with that interception, his second interception of the season, and he returns it all the way out to the 22-yard line. Well, about where they would have been at 31, so really a loss of 9 on that play on the turnover, getting it back. If they'd have just let it go incomplete, it would have been fourth down, but the Rams get their second big turnover of the night. This interception by number 12, Cooper Spires, to give the Rams the football back, leading it here by a score of 29-0 as Paoli starts this drive at their own 26-yard line, first down and 10 at the 9:35 mark. Rams go to the flex bone. Quarterback Spires under center on the right side. Going to counter. Here's Padgett inside, outside. Gets a block 30, 35, 40 down the sideline. He's midfield. He's to the 40, 35. One man to beat. Cuts to his left, and he's to the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. And another one-play drive by the Rams. And this one by Dane Padgett for his second touchdown of the night. And this one will be a 74-yard touchdown run by the Rams senior slot back, and we've seen a number of those big chunk touchdown runs here tonight, and that makes the score now 35-0 in favor of the Rams. 9:22 to go here in the first half of play, and Gavina out there for the extra point for Paoli. As the snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and Fortney in that time for the hold, and that time Alvaro able to split the uprights one more time, and the Rams lead it now by a score of 36-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Second touchdown run of the night by Dane Padgett. Boy, he used good balance on that sideline, Chris.
He was high-stepping and tight-roping down that sideline that time.
There'll be a kickoff, a nice high-end over-end kick. Mullis is going to let it hit, and he's going to have to field it at the 2. It didn't go into the end zone. He comes up the left side of the 10, cuts back at the 15, and that's where the Rams will get him. So a great job on that kickoff and the coverage by Paoli. And they forced the Jackets to pick it up. Cade Walls in there on the tackle, and the Jackets will have it deep in their own territory. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line. And when you kick it right down near the end zone and you make those guys on the return make a decision and they got to wait on what the football does, that means you're in trouble.
Yeah, that was a mistake there by Mullis. He should have picked that ball, or he should have caught that ball in the air and took off with it rather than let it bounce.
Back to the two-back set out of the gun formation for Todd. Todd hands it off, some congestion in the backfield. Mullis nowhere to go. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Rams really bottled that one up in the middle, and no place Thornton in there on the tackle for Paoli. And a great job by that Rams defense for no gain on that first down carry. Seen Wyatt Baker in there as well for the Rams. As Paoli with the clock rolling, 8:50 to go here in this first half, lead at 36-0 at Terry Cole Field. Well, they're actually going to be generous and give him one. So second down and 9, ball at the 16. Single set back out of the gun formation. Todd gets the ball, going to drop back to pass, looking, heaves it over the middle, and it's going to be picked off. No, knocked down. Beckley had the inside position at about the 20-yard line as he was in front of Souter, and Colton was in the right place at the right time, just didn't finish it off by catching it.
That was another play there by Souter that was an offensive player turned into a defensive player quickly because he did a nice job of keeping Beckley from catching that ball.
Rams put Mitchell again in a third and long situation, a scenario that the Jackets have been in quite often here tonight, which is good for the Rams defense, not good for the Jacket offense. As Todd will operate out of the gun formation with the single set back, 3 receivers to the right side, fakes the handoff, fires it out in the flat. Luchka has it. He's got a blocker. He's going to be caught, though, as he gets to the 20-yard line, and then there comes a penalty flag in there late. I don't know what the back judge saw there, but he fired that one in as Cade Walls made the tackle. Luchka got out to the 20-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play. You would think is probably, I don't know if there was a hold in there somewhere or a face mask or what, but the back judge was at least 20 yards away from that play.
He launched that play.
He was pretty emphatic about what he saw, that's for sure. And now they're going to talk it over, they being the officials. Nope, we're going to pick it up. Okay, all right. So maybe what I see, I didn't see. And that makes it 4th down for the Jackets, and this far back in their field position at the 20-yard line, they will be forced to punt, even though trailing at 36-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Just got to make sure that the Rams play straight up. Mullis, again, he is a threat to run. It's 4th down and 5. He'll punt this ball away at about the 11-yard line whenever he gets his foot into it. Rams going to drop back 2 receivers. It looks like Mitchell may be a man short, but they got plenty of time on the play clock, still over 25 seconds to go. And finally, Keelan Indris comes out there to put 11 on the field for the Jackets. Good snap. Mullis going to boot it out of there. Goes down the side. Padgett will field it at the 49. Breaks a tackle to the 45 and then can hold his footing and gets it back to the 45-yard line. And that's where it'll be 1st down and 10. Good job by the quarterback, Joe Todd, to get down there to make that tackle. And Paoli will have it 1st down and 10 at the Jackets' 45-yard line with 8:17 to go here in the first quarter of play.
Great field position here for Paoli.
Well, every running back for the Rams have had a big touchdown run. Thornton, 59 yards, Hannon, 56, and Padgett, 74. Now it's Cooper's turn to break one big here. 1st down and 10 at the 45 of Mitchell, out of the flex bone. Robbins in at the fullback, handed off to Trey, and Trey goes right up the middle. He's going to get it down to the 40-yard line, and there's a late penalty flag coming in. It'll be a gain of 5, but hold everything as we get everybody unstacked. See what the officials want to call here. They'll relay it to the umpire, who will then make the official call. Rams look like they may be backing up. Mitchell not getting away from the football. Going to be personal foul on the Rams. On the Rams offense, don't know exactly who, but that will be a major penalty here for the Rams. And we'll mark this one back. Rams had it second down at 5 at the 40. They're going to mark it off from at the end of the line, or I should say at the end of the play. So it may have been a dead ball foul when it was all said and done. Goes all the way back across the 50 to the 46-yard line of Paoli. And that's where the Rams will have it second down and 20. But the Rams want to come up here with this. It lost it down on the play because of the dead ball penalty. Second down and long, out of the flex, put a man in motion. That is Case coming down the right side, handed off. That's Robbins, and Robbins gets it across the 50 down to the 48, 49-yard line. He'll pick up another 7 on the play for Paoli. And Miller in there on the tackle for the Jackets. And the Rams will have it third down and 14, all marked at the 48-yard line of Mitchell.
Well, that was a nice job that time by Robbins of running the football. The problem with that is Pelly lost it down on that penalty,
yes,
the dead ball penalty, and it should have been first and 20, and it ended up being second and 20. So now they're really behind the sticks here with third and 14.
We see Hannon coming back in at the fullback slot for the Rams. He breaks out of the huddle. They'll go to the flex bone with the quarterback under center on third down and long. Spires sets the offense, puts Padgett in motion to the right side, going to toss it and turn it. Here comes the fullback. Hannon running room. He's to the 40, down to the 35, and going to be just short, I believe, of the first down. Luchka able to come from behind to throw him down. Going to mark it officially at the 38-yard line, and that'll be a fourth down for the Rams. Looks like fourth down and 3 when it's all said and done, and I'm sure the Rams will probably go for it here because too far out for a field goal, and you don't want to punt it away, and we'll see if the Rams are able to convert on fourth down and 3 at the 38-yard line. Rams already lead at 38-0, 6:40 and counting here in the first half of play. Spires goes to the single setback. The Rams go to that Bermuda, the offset line, as they have got that formation overloaded on the left side. Spires under center, usually going to toss it to Padgett, and he does. Just a numbers game. Dane to the 35, and he is going to be brought down, but that'll be a face mask as Luchka reached up to try and grab him and caught him with the face mask. Dane got enough for a first down on the off-balance line and what the Rams call Bermuda offense, and that will add on a major 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. Rams not only get the first down, but they get a 15-yard bonus on top with that penalty flying against the Jackets. Rams have already had one major penalty on their own here on this particular series. But this one goes on the Jackets and moves the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that was just a case of Lucic coming up and trying to make a play, and he just reached up and grabbed a hold of Dane's face mask. The problem was is he hung on to it and slung him around.
True. First down and 10 as the Rams put one receiver out wide to the right side. Padgett the single set back again, unbalanced line to the left side. Spires under center for the Rams, going to drop back to pass, going to float it out to Thornton in the corner of the end zone, but leaves him too much on the right side as Justin was the only receiver out there. There were a couple of defenders, but he was able to get behind them, but just couldn't come up underneath of it, and it falls incomplete as the Rams take a shot to the end zone. 6:04 to go here in the first half of play.
It was a nice throw there by Spires, just a little bit overthrown.
So the Rams able to get it back. They'll have it second and 10 at the 20-yard line of Mitchell as Paoli make a quick substitution as Thornton will come out and get everybody reset. Go back to the typical flex bone offense this time as Hannon is your fullback. The two receivers on the right side. In motion is Case to the left side. Come down. Here's Hannon. Big hole over the left side, and he is going to gallop in from 20 yards out for his second touchdown of the night. A 20-yard touchdown run by the Rams senior fullback, Tyler Hannon, as he has a 2-touchdown night so far. This one comes with 5:58 to go here before half. making it now a 42-0 ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And Alvaro Gardena will be there out of the hold of Justin Thornton. See if he can continue his perfect night on extra points, and he is able to split the uprights, and it is good, and it is a 43-0 Paoli lead. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
If there's one thing we all share, it's that our lives are all unique. At Raymond James, we believe that's worth celebrating because financial planning isn't just about numbers and figures. It's about creating the life you envision. So whether you're building a future or preparing for retirement, a Raymond James financial advisor can guide you each step of the way. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Rams take advantage of a short field, even though they had a penalty themselves to move them back across midfield, but keep the drive alive and able to convert on a 4th and 3 at the 38 and had a face mask on top of that, put it in the red zone, and the Rams are able to punch it in as Alvaro gets ready to kick off one more time. Back deep will be King and Mullis for the Jackets. Alvaro ready, gets the signal from the official, approaches the football, high end over end kick. This time Mullis is going to field it at the 9. Comes to his left, looking for some running room. Can he get to the outside? He's to the 20, and driven out of bounds there in the sideline for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Trey Robbins in there on that tackle for the Rams. And it'll be the Jackets football with 5:52 to go here in the first half of play. Mitchell just trying to get something generated on the offense and a little bit of consistency going here possibly before this first half ends, but you got to look at it. We get down to this point, we start talking about, okay, who's going to get the ball to start that second half, and it's going to be Paoli.
Well, that's a better job by Mullis that time on that kickoff to field that and at least get some yardage back.
Ball marked at the 25-yard line, first down and 10. As Todd, the quarterback, single set back, puts a man in motion. That's Luchka in front of him. Going to turn, toss it back to Mullis. Mullis outside, cuts back up inside. Rams stay at home. Robbins in there on the tackle. Might get one on the play that time. The Jackets had been looking to get to the edge, but that time Mullis thought, well, maybe I might have some room on a cutback. But the Rams do a nice job of staying at home.
Yeah, there was nothing there for him that time as he cut that ball back up the middle. The Rams defense was right there and shut him down.
Clock rolls under 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. It's been all Rams here tonight on senior night at Mitchell. Rams will have their own senior night next week at home against North Knox, but still a lot of action to go here tonight. Go to the two-back set out of the gun formation. Todd with two receivers to the right side, going to hand it off to Mullis. Mullis is hit in the backfield. He tried to spin away, but Chase Case was right there to wrap him up and bring him down to the turf. And also quickly in there for Paoli, Lucas Schinkel, number 52. And the Rams, again, another tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. And that will make it a 3rd down and 13, all marked at the 22-yard line. As they only read that play perfectly.
Yeah, they were in there on that play, and they knew that they were going to try to run that ball up the middle that time. And for whatever reason, Mitchell's kind of gone away from trying to get to the edge.
3rd down and long as Todd will break him out of the huddle. Sophomore quarterback goes to the single setback. Mullis splits two receivers to the right and two to the left. 3rd down and 13. He's going to roll to his left, looking, flushed out of the pocket, still looking, heaves it upfield, and it is going to be caught. And the Rams quickly bring down the receiver at the 32-yard line. It's going to be Blake King on the reception. However, not enough for a first down, and it's going to be 4th down for the Jackets. A 4th down and 2 here with 4:01 to go, and see what Coach Zach C. wants to do with the ball at the 32-yard line. Got to get it to the 35 for a first down.
That was a really nice throw that time by Todd. That's a hard throw for a right-handed quarterback to make, running to his left like that, and he made a really nice pass on that play.
4th and 3 at the 32. Jackets are going to go for it. The Rams jumped offside previously when they were in this situation, out of the gun formation. Todd gets it, snap, going to drop back to pass, looking, fires it out into the flat. Going to be caught by Petro. First down out to the 35 and up to the 40 and driven out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Beckley in there on the tackle along with Thornton, but it is a pass completion for a first down for the Jackets. pass good for that first down to keep this drive alive with 3:23 to go. Mark the ball out to the 41-yard line. So give the Jackets credit on a nice little pitch and catch to the right side.
That was a nice play on a fourth down play where they had to have that. They were deep in territory, and they made a nice play in the run and got the first down.
First down and 10 out of the gun. Trips receivers to the left side for the Jackets. Todd gets the ball back to pass. Here's pressure by Padgett. Dumps it off to Mullis up front. Mullis, the safety valve, is going to be thrown for a loss there back to the 40-yard line. Coming out of there with the football was Wyatt Baker, but the officials said, yeah, you might have it, but he was already down. And that goes for no gain on, well, they might give him one on the play out to the 41-yard line. At that time, the Rams' pressure on the sophomore quarterback Todd, and he had to dump it off to his safety valve.
And Pelly just did a really nice job that time of getting in there.
2:30 to go. Ball over on the left hash mark. Second down and 10. 41-yard line. Single setback. Trips receivers to the left side. Single receiver to the right. Mullis in motion to the right. Going to swing it out to him. He's going to catch it. Tries to cut back upfield, but there's all Ram defenders right there still twisting and turning, and gets back near the line of scrimmage. May have lost one, but Paoli really had him hemmed in. Beckley ends up being the man to bring him down to the turf, but Baker was in there along with Hannon, along with Tyler Ross. A loss of one on the play, and it's going to be third down and 11. Less than 2 minutes to go here before halftime.
Well, Mitchell's just kind of going to those swing passes here now because that's a pass that Todd's able to make, and it's a quick throw, and he's completing some of them, but Pelly's defense is doing a really nice job covering those.
Third down and 11. Todd single setback. He has two receivers to the left and two to the right. Ball on the right hash mark. Todd going to hand it off, but the running back goes nowhere. Dane Padgett just slung him down to the turf, and there was nowhere at all that time for Tyson Quinn, at number 20, to run that ball anywhere. And, I mean, Padgett just blew that one up. You would have thought he was in the huddle and knew what play was coming.
Yeah, he was in the backfield that time about before the ball was, and he just kind of grabbed a hold of him and slung him down backwards, and that was a rough play.
Mullis will punt the ball away one more time. That's been the offense so far here tonight, sad to say, for the Jackets. As we go under a minute to go, back deep will be Walls along with Padgett for the Rams. Mullis, before he can get the punt away, we get a legal procedure penalty called here on the Jackets. So nothing going right for Coach Zach C's team here in this first half of play. As the mark back 5 more yards from the line of scrimmage, which was the 34, goes back to the 29. That's where the Jackets now 5 yards back, which means ball will be punted away at the 17-yard line by Mullis. Rams put two of those receivers setting up at the 45. Probably just let it go as they kick it out there. Mullis angles it over, and Wall's going to fair catch it, and he does at the 37-yard line, and that's where the Rams will have it first down and 10. More than likely, with 39 seconds to go, just take a knee, get out of here, get to that second half, and have the running clock and head home with a win here tonight will be the Rams. Question is, though, can it be a shutout win? That's what we'll have to decide in that first half of play. And the fair catch puts the ball at the 37-yard line of Paoli. First and 10 with 39.9 seconds to go here before half. Spire's still in there at quarterback. As the Rams go to their flex bone on first down and 10. Two receivers in tight to the left side. Spires under center, puts a man in motion to the right side, hands it off. The fullback running, that's Robbins. He's across 45 to the 50, to the 45-40. He breaks it. He's to the 30, to the 25-20. There's a penalty flag. They just come flying as Trey Robbins breaks it in for 63 yards. But we've got all kinds of laundry on the field.
Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 flags on the field.
That will more than likely nullify the big touchdown run there by Trey Robbins, which would have been the 4th of the night for the Rams as far as a chunk play and a score. Everybody's talking here, and the Rams are dejectedly walking back. The officials, they have converged at the 44-yard line to decide here with 28.8 seconds to go, and we've seen that. Just a basic belly dive on this flex bone offense have big, huge chunks. I mean, you expect maybe 4 or 5, but not 50 or 60 every time.
Right, and that's the play that Hannon scored his big run on, and then this time Robbins, again, up the middle on the belly dive. The laundry on the field suggests maybe there were some things going on to open up that hole a little bit more, but he did a really nice job and ran through that hole hard.
Rams await the penalty. They've already walked back, assuming that it is definitely going to be against them. This drive started 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line of Paoli. Officials are still trying to decide what the call will be. Going to be another personal foul on Paoli. And it will be, the penalty actually occurred at the 42-yard line of Mitchell. And if they'll step it off from there, see what the Rams have, they'll still have it. Let's see, first down. So actually they give Robbins a gain on that play of about 4 yards. And it'll be first down and 6 here. The ball marked at the 43-yard line. Actually going to give him 5 on the play. Okay. Now the Rams look like they will go to their victory formation here with just 28 seconds to go. Spires will take the snap, and he'll go down to one knee, and that will be the end of the first half of play here at Terry Cole Field. But it has been all Paoli here tonight on the road. As another big first half for the Rams. They have lit up the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, posting 43 points here in the first 2 quarters of play. And we will go to the halftime of this PLAC matchup with the Rams on top, 43-0. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7 or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Rams a big lead to get a running clock to start this second half here on the road at Terry Cole Field. Lead it by a score tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It is 43-0. Rams get a lot of chunk plays here in this particular first half of play to light up the scoreboard as we begin our halftime report. Brought to you by Whitfield Investments. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. Mitchell, they got the ball first here tonight, and in fact, they had a 3rd and 1, but then the Rams a big loss on that 3rd down play, and the defense comes up forcing Mitchell to punt the ball away. Paoli gets it at their own 29. They fumbled it, but Cunningham able to recover that fumbled punt, and the Rams waste no time. Justin Thornton able to break one around the edge, goes 59 yards for the score, made it 6-0 with 9:08 to go in the first quarter of play. The Gavina extra point was good, and the Rams are up 7-0. Mitchell gets the ball back at their own 24-yard line. They draw the Rams offside on a 4th down to keep the drive going, but then Dane Padgett comes up with a huge sack, and that puts Mitchell behind the chains, and they are forced to punt. And the Rams get it at their own 47-yard line. This time it is Dane Padgett able to sweep around in, 29 yards out for the touchdown run with 3:51 to go in the first quarter of play. The Gavina extra point was good, and it was a 14-0 Rams lead. Mitchell pinned back at their own 18-yard line on their next possession, a 3-and-out. The Rams get it at their own 33, but this time Petro, the middle linebacker, steps in front of a Cooper Spires pass, and he is able to return it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Looked like Mitchell was in business, but lo and behold, the Jackets fumble the ball on the right side, takes a high bounce. Trey Robbins able to catch it in stride, and he rumbles down the left sideline going 80 yards to take it to the house for a 20-0 lead with 54 seconds to go in that first quarter of play. A penalty called on the Rams. They go for two. They run it over the right side. Dane Padgett able to go in untouched, and that made it a 22-0 ball game in favor of the Rams. Mitchell, on their next possession, started their own 20-yard line, but again, unable to do anything. Forced to punt the ball. Rams get it at their own 36-yard line. This time it is fullback Tyler Hannon breaking the big play, 56 yards on the touchdown run. That made it 28-0 with the 11:01 to go in that second quarter of play. The Covina extra point was good, and that made it now a 29-0 lead for Paoli. Mitchell again gets a kickoff back to their own 28-yard line, but they flip the field as Mullis rips off a big 44-yard run going from the 28 of Mitchell to the Rams' 28-yard line, but a 4th and 13 on the 31, and Cooper Spires near the 10-yard line comes up with the interception, runs it back to the 26, and the Rams are set up in business again. This time it is Dane Padgett finding the end zone, this time from 74 yards out. That made it a 35-0 ball game with 9:22 to go here in the first half of play. The Alvaro Gabina extra point was good, and it was 36-0. Mitchell pinned back deep in their own territory on the kickoff at the 15-yard line, but they were forced to punt. Rams get it in good field position at the Mitchell 45-yard line. However, they have a 4th and 3 at the 38 after they were assessed a penalty. They got the first down with the run by Dane Padgett, but then a face mask added 15 more on it. And then Tyler Hannon had his second touchdown of the night going from 20 yards in. That made it 42-0 with 5:58 to go here in the first half. Gabina's extra point was good, and it was a 43-0 lead for the Rams. Jackets one more possession here before half at the 25. They have it 4th and 3 at the 32. A pass, though, was able to be completed. That kept the drive alive before, again, it stalls out. They're forced to punt, and the Rams get it back at the 37, and we see that Trey Robbins was able to break one free down the right sideline. However, penalty flags nullify another big Rams touchdown run, bring it back. Rams take a knee, and they go to the halftime break, leading at 43-0. We return. Chris Waynick will take a look at some of the team and individual stats here in this first half of play as we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Rams are on top by a score of 43-0. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Another big first half on the road for the Rams tonight as they have jumped out to a 43-0 lead over the Mitchell Blue Jackets as we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report. And I'm sure as Chris goes over some of these stats, it's going to bear out that it is a 43-0 ball game. Chris, take us through those.
Absolutely. So just looking at the first half stats, the team-wise, for Paoli, obviously they've got 43 points. They had 10 first downs. They had 15 rushes for 311 yards. So rushing for 311 yards in the first half of a game is going to net a lot of points, and that's what's happened here tonight. Passing the ball, they're 0 for 3 with one interception. Total offensive plays for the Rams tonight have been 18 for 311 yards. They have one fumble return. That was the big touchdown run by Robbins of 80 yards. They have two punt returns for 12 yards. One interception return for 21 yards. That was on Cooper Spires' interception. They fumbled the ball one time. That was Walls' fumble on the first punt that Mitchell had. and they did recover that, so that wasn't a fumble lost. They do have 4 penalties for 29 yards, and that's something that it's not a big deal in a game like this, but it's something that you probably need to clean up before tournament time gets here. Third down conversions, Paley's 2 out of 3. Fourth down conversions, they're 1 out of 1, and they've scored on their only chance in the red zone. Flipping it over to Mitchell, they have 5 first downs. They have 15 rushes for 36 yards, and they have 49 net passing yards on 10 of 19. So they did throw the ball a lot of times in that first half with 1 interception. They've run 34 offensive plays for 85 total yards. They have 6 kickoff returns for 77 yards. They have 1 interception for 19 yards. Mitchell has punted the ball 6 times, and they're averaging 31.2 yards on those punts. They have 1 fumble that they lost, and Mitchell has 3 penalties for 22 yards. The time of possession battle is skewed way in favor of Mitchell here, but the reason for that is because Paley scored quickly on just about every drive they've had. Third down conversions, Mitchell is 0 for 9. Fourth down conversions, they're 1 for 2. So that kind of tells a story right there. The 0 for 9 on the third down, they've had to punt the ball 6 times, and Paley's is scored quickly.
And the Rams have taken advantage of all those opportunities in this first half of play, leading at 43-0. When we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, Chris will come back and take a look at the individual stats in the first 2 quarters of play. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. They can discuss your specific needs and provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call 812-849-2670 in Mitchell for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Whitfield Investments halftime report continues here. Terry Cofield, Dave Dedrick, along with Chris Waynick on this Friday night in week number 8, believe it or not, of the high school football season. They're halfway through week number 8, and the Rams out comfortably 43-0, and have some players that have had some big-time plays in this first half of play, particularly for the purple and gold.
Well, taking a look at individual stats, again, this kind of bears out the score. Dane Padgett with 5 carries for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. His long was 69 yards. Tyler Hannon's carried the ball 5 times for 94 yards. Also 2 touchdowns. Justin Thornton's carried the ball twice for 59 yards and 1 touchdown. And Trey Robbins has carried the ball twice for 21 yards. Passing-wise, Paley really hasn't thrown the ball a lot. Cooper Spire is 0 for 2. Justin Thornton 0 for 1, and he threw the 1 interception. Across the way from Mitchell, Caden Mullis has carried the ball 12 times, so he's been the workhorse of the Mitchell offense tonight. He's gained 45 yards for a 3.8 average. Joe Todd has carried the ball twice for -3 yards, and Tyson Quinn has carried the ball 1 time for -6 yards. Passing, sophomore quarterback Joe Todd has thrown the ball quite a few times, a lot of times under pressure. A lot of times the Rams are right in his face. He's completed 10 of 19 passes for 1 interception and 49 yards. His long completion of the night was a 13-yard completion, and that was to Caden Mullis. Mullis has caught 3 passes for 12 yards with a long of 13. Sven Luchka has caught 3 passes for 6 yards, and Levi Petro has caught 2 passes for 15 yards. And that rounds out the individual stats for the night. And again, Pelly's just done a remarkable job of making big plays Dane Padgett, Tyler Hannon, Justin Thornton with huge runs in that first half for Paoli. Trey Robbins on the fumble recovery that he went 80 yards on. Paoli's just doing a good job of just moving the football and doing the things that they need to do.
That wouldn't have been called back, Chris. They could have had almost 400 yards in total offense in the first half.
That's a lot. And again, they're playing against Mitchell, and they're a young team. They're inexperienced. But Paoli has done the things tonight in order to put themselves in this position to have a running clock in the second half, to have a 43-0 lead, to solidify that number 2 spot in the PLAC. And they just need to keep on doing what they've been doing.
I'm sure we'll see a lot of fresh names and numbers, though, when we start this third quarter of play. When we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, we'll take a look at the Ram report here at the half. Rams are on top by a score of 43-0. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
43-0, Rams on top here at the half as we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report. I want to say a thank you to Davis Minton for those individual and team stats here at the half. So we take a look at our Ram report here in week number 8. Big night for the junior high team last night, defeating Springs Valley 52-0 as the Rams end up a very fine 7-1 record on the season. JV lost earlier in the week to BNL 28-12. The youth third and fourth grade team, they won the youth championship in that division at the 18-9 win over West Washington. But the fifth and sixth grade, well, they couldn't pull it off as they lose to the Senators in the championship game. In volleyball play, a tough week for the Rams as they lose to Shoals 3-0, West Washington 3-0, and Tell City 3-0. Well, the Rams, they're starting to look now. Coach Block's team ahead to the sectional because we did have sectional draw this past Sunday night. And for the Rams, Class 2A Sectional 46 at Clarksville, that sectional gets started on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Match 1, Clarksville takes on Eastern. And in Match 2, Crawford County will meet up with Salem. Then on Saturday in the semifinal round, in the first game, Paoli drew the bye, so they will take on the winner of Clarksville and Eastern. And then at noon, Mitchell will also get that second bye. They'll take on the winner from Crawford County and Salem. Then those two winners will come back for the championship match at 6 p.m. on Saturday. The cross country, well, it's time now to head in and look for the PLAC. In fact, their sectional is a week from tomorrow. But the PLAC cross country meet at Crawford County tomorrow. It'll be a full day at the Crawford County course, starting at 9 a.m. with the junior high boys. At 9:20, the junior high girls. At 9:50 will be the varsity boys, and then at 10:20, the varsity girls. Again, that will be at Crawford County. We talked about it with the sectional draw of the girls volleyball. And, Chris, big night on Sunday night. The Indiana High School Athletic Association will be drawing the matchups for the football sectionals. You can hear that here on Mix 95.3 at 6 o'clock. And, of course, the Rams in Sectional 40 with Switzerland County, Brownstown Central, Paoli, Clarksville, Salem, Tell City, Crawford County, and Eastern. And, of course, if you're any of those teams, the only thing you're hoping for, you get on the opposite side of Brownstown.
Yeah, it's always an exciting time in whatever the sport is in high school that they have the sectional draw, and you're always excited. It's a new season for every one of these teams that's playing, and there's a reason that they play the games. There's a reason you just don't play them on paper. But as you said, you do want to be on the opposite side of Brownstown on that draw because that is a very, very good program that he's built over there at Brownstown, and and they're very competitive.
They are a juggernaut, the number 2 in Class 2A, undefeated heading into tonight, week number 8. We'll have second half action coming your way as we wrap up the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can stay on track with your goals now and in the future. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Craving bold flavors and a fiesta for your taste buds? Come to El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, now open at their brand new location in Paoli at 300 East Main Street. For sizzling fajitas to cheesy enchiladas and the best Mexican food around, it's a flavor-packed party you won't want to miss. Visit us in Paoli or check out our other locations in West Baden, Orleans, Mitchell, Bedford, and now Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun. Open Monday through Thursdays and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m.
Rams take a 43-0 lead and a running clock here into this second half at Terry Cole Field on this Friday night, and it will be Rams football to start this second half of play as the Mitchell will be kicking it off for the first time tonight, and Caden Mullis will do the honors for the blue-clad Jackets as the Rams will set up on their kickoff return for only the first time here tonight, and we'll see. It looks like the main numbers are out there for this kickoff return because there's a probably good chance we might see an onside kick here by the Jackets, just trying to get something kick-started here to start this second half.
Yeah, down 43-0, you're going to try some things. You're going to try to change some things up a little bit, and that might be something that Mitchell might try to do here to start the second half.
Padgett along with Thornton are back deep for the Paoli Rams to return this kickoff to start this second half of play. Again, senior night here at Mitchell. Of course, always have a good crowd on senior night. Rams have traveled well as we look across the stands here at Terry Cole Field. Mullis got a little squib kick, comes over to the right side. Beckley fields it at the 40, spinning around across the 45 and across midfield into Jacket territory. And Beckley keeps the pile going. Finally going to be brought down at the 44-yard line. So nice return by Colton Beckley, who was awake and ready to go on this kickoff return to give the Rams great field position here to start this third quarter of play at the 44-yard line of the Mitchell Blue Jackets.
That was a really nice job there by Beckley to just keep moving forward, and then it just kind of turned into a rugby scrum, and they just kept moving down the field.
See the Rams, they'll start out. Justin Thornton will move in at the quarterback spot. We'll see some changes, I'm sure, along the line of scrimmage. Well, no, it's going to be their starters, Landon Smith, Lucas Schinkel, Dom Garcia, Kentley Scholl, and Wyatt Baker to start it off here in quarter number 3. 1st and 10 out of the flex bone. Thornton goes under center with 2 receivers to the right side. Robbins is your fullback. Put a man in motion. That's Bonta. Come down the left side. Thornton going to keep it outside, keeps it. He goes upfield, and we've got whistles blowing. Did they fake out the official, thinking that it was handed off? Coach Neil Dittmer across the way not happy that play was stopped because Thornton was headed to the end zone. It was the option down the left side, and as always, it starts out with that fake handoff to the fullback, and Justin made a little juke move, and he was off to the races. I don't see a penalty. Do you, Chris?
No, there's no penalty. It doesn't look like that was just a case, I think, like you said, of the official thought that he'd handed the ball off and the runner was down, and he didn't hand the ball off.
Looks like we're going to have a replay as the officials get everything set, and we'll roll the clock here and go with 10:55 and counting. As Thornton will be having the offense back. Let's see if they run the same play.
Well, they took a touchdown off the board there.
That they did. Justin already with one big run here tonight for a score in that first half of play. 1st down and 10 out of the flex bone. Thornton under center. Bonta in motion again to the left side. We keep it. This time Robbins does get the handoff right up the middle, and he's down near the first down marker. It'll be a yard shy. That'll be a gain of 9 on the play. Endress in there on the tackle for the Jackets. King, Griffin, Howard, Mullis, and Souter up front. Mullis, Petro, and Morrow are your linebackers. Howe and Luchka at the corners, and Endress in at safety here tonight for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. As we mentioned, Trey Robbins is at the fullback. Bonta is at one slot back, as Case Chase is the other slot back on the left side. 2nd down, officially going to give him 2 yards shy of that first down, so pickup of 8. Bonta in motion to the left side, keeping it as Thornton cuts up field. He juking to the right, to the left. He's down near the 20 and going to be brought down inside the 20, close to the 17-yard line. He'll pick up close to 19 yards on that carry, and that was the touchdown that was called back earlier, as we see in there Griffin on the tackle along with Endress, but it is enough to move the chains. Rams get it in the red zone here on their opening drive, as they have it first down and 10 at the 18-yard line.
That was a really good read that time by Thornton to pull that ball and run with it. He could have given that ball to Robbins, who probably would have got 5 or 6 yards up the middle, but he just did a really nice job of pulling it out and running it himself.
Rams break out of the huddle, first and 10, ball on that left hash mark at the 18-yard line, first down and 10. Rams overload that left side with the unbalanced line. Thornton under center sets the Rams at the line of scrimmage. Bonta in motion to the left side. He gets the toss, but then he is going to be throwing for a loss. Nice job by the defensive end, Blake King. He was able to shed the blocker that time and get into the backfield, and Bonta had nowhere to go. That's going to be a big loss of close to 7 yards on the play.
Well, Mitchell read that play really well, and they were able to get in the backfield that time and make a really nice tackle.
Rams get behind the chains here on this drive. It's going to be third down here for Paoli. Ball marked at the 25-yard line. Got to get it inside the 10, close to the 8-yard line to have a first down. Thornton will bring them up to the line of scrimmage. Again, down close to 8 minutes to go. Rams going to milk as much time as they can off the clock. Thornton sets them out of the flex bone offense under center on third down and long. Bonta in motion. Going to hand it off to Robbins, and Thornton going to keep it, and he's going to go nowhere. Thought Robbins had it. Fooled me that time, but Justin is met right at the line of scrimmage. Good job that time for this defense. Cody Howard, the nose guard, along with Mullis, the linebacker. And the Rams face an uncharacteristic fourth down and long here in this ball game.
Well, that was a case where, like you said, it looked like he gave the ball to Robbins that time, and that's probably a situation where he probably should have done that and not pulled it out.
Ball marked back at the 25, fourth down and 17. As we see the Rams come out for a field goal attempt. They've been working on this. This will be marked down at the 32-yard line, so this will be a 42-yard attempt. As see Alvaro, see if he can get a good snap, good hold. Kick is up, it is low, it is blocked. It's still loose on the field. It's still kicked around, loose, and picked up by the Jackets, and they get it out near midfield. Rams were able to score last week on a blocked field goal when it's a live ball behind, but this time it is the Jackets who come up with the blocked field goal. So the field goal is no good on the block, and the Jackets are able to come up with it and return that ball out to near midfield at the 49-yard line of the Jackets. That's where they will have it first down and 10. Jackets go with Joe Todd at quarterback. Caden Mullis will be your running back. Sev Luchka will be the slot back. The ends are Blake King, number 9, Levi Petro, your tight end, 23, and Jared Souter, the other wide receiver, number 3. First down and 10 for the Jackets as they get set up out of the gun. Single setback. One receiver to the right and one to the left on first and 10. Handed off to the left side. Mullis cuts back up, and Robbins able to bring him down as he gets across midfield, close to the 47-yard line. Nice play by Mullis in there to pick up good yardage on first down of 4 on the play, make it second down and 6. Braxton Griffin, Brent Mullis, Cody Howard, Dylan Miller, and Colin Sanders are the offensive line here tonight for this team from the Mitchell Blue Jackets. And set your defense for you here for Paoli as they get set up as well. It'll be second down and 6 for the Rams on the defense. See if they can get a stop here. As Todd out of the gun formation, hands it off to Mullis. Here comes the counter play back, but the ball is knocked loose and is fumbled, and the Rams recover at the 45-yard line. Trey Robbins comes up with his second fumble recovery of the night. Didn't run this one back, but he did what he needed to do, and that gives the Rams possession of the football.
Well, you're down 43-0. You're going to try some trick plays, and you're going to try to do some things, and Mitchell tried a double handoff there, and the second handoff didn't go very well, and Pelly was able to get in there, and Robbins did a really nice job of just diving on the football and covering it.
Rams now have a short field at the 45 of Mitchell. So Paoli comes up with a third turnover of the night, isn't it? 2 fumbles and an interception. Down to the 5-minute mark here of this third quarter play. Rams lead at 43-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams set the offense out of the flex bone, come down, going to toss it in the backfield, but no running room at all for Case Chase as he has brought down Blake King, read that one. That also was a nice play by his teammate Zeke Howell in that backfield, and Paoli another loss that time.